I'd like to speak this morning a little bit about innocence, which is such a deep teaching around what the mind has been conditioned to believe are taboos. So it began yesterday evening when Sudarya courageously spoke about the confusion around feeling the lower chakras opening. Culture places so much greater emphasis on the lower chakras than all of the others. Sexuality, maybe the lower three because the third one is power. And the way not only everything is innocent, but the way the choice, the individual, is revealed more and more deeply to be unreal, just seemingly real. So after this was brought into the open, then Arjuna spoke. About something else that is uncomfortable. Feeling this inability to control urination. And the harder there is in attempting to control, the greater there is a sense of failure. The greater there is the realization of no control. Like for so many, and certainly Arjuna being used in this as perfect teaching for you, it is a perfect teaching in its way for everyone. A sense of trying to control something because of a sense of something is wrong. So many people have a sense of wrongness around sexuality. But sexuality is no different than any other aspect of the dream. It is not about controlling something that you believe to be taboo or wrong. It is about first the possibility of recognizing the inherent innocence of everything, which is much easier said than done, because what is believed to be taboo, there is underlying self-hatred around. And then simply, instead of trying to control something one believes about myself that is wrong, it is just simply moving into the heart. So it was spoken in this instance, it is the same for everything. Then in the simple movement into the heart, this whole dynamic of attempting to control and the inability to control, it just drops away. Every single thing is a teaching for every single player in every single incident. Nothing is ever out of place. It is all so simple. It is about living in the heart. It is about living in the beauty and the peace that already is. When the attention simply rests here, then there is complete balance. Then there is the recognition that the appearance of problem was an appearance based on conditioning, supported by the mind, where the character constantly trying to effort to control, always failing intermittently. It is not only in the arena of sexuality, it is in any arena where there is the experience of conflict. It is just living in the heart. When you are living in the heart, the experience of doing evaporates. When the experience of doing evaporates, the experience of responsibility evaporates with it. Then what moves is not karmic conditioning, which inherently is innocent. It is preconditioned. But when the attention is not in battle with it, when there is simply the resting in the heart and the experience of doing falls away, so too does the force of karma. And then life begins moving itself, free of the mortal dream of separation which creates the war. When there is the recognition of the innocence of what the mind condemns as my problem, that it always is trying to keep hidden. But when it sees it all the way through, when it sees the pure innocence, when it sees that no one is choosing it, when it sees that it is the inherited karma that you have come here to hold the space for, with the possibility of unraveling and dissolving an aspect of human suffering. When you see your own innocence, it is impossible to see anything but innocence anywhere and everywhere. So it looked like Sundarya courageously voiced this piece, but everything is being used. Then it was followed by Arjuna, probably the deepest piece of suffering and pain in your construct. The particulars are unimportant. When you are living in the heart, the orchestration which is designed to free suffering can be imbibed. The innocence of everything becomes imbibed, and then the love for everything becomes natural. And that which cannot see, there is the arising of pure compassion. Not that there is something wrong. Pure compassion is not out of something wrong. Out of something wrong is fear. Pure compassion sees only innocence, and it absorbs suffering out of the purity that it is. Living in the heart is living in the moment, for the heart lives in the moment. Living in the moment means freedom from the habit of living out of a story of memory. Freedom from living out of the story of memory is freedom from experiencing life as an identity. And then life begins to move itself. And then the innocence and beauty is the taste. And then relationship with knowing falls away. There is nothing but innocence. There is nothing but love. There is nothing but pure, untouched happiness. And then there is the overlay of the war, which is the mortal dream of separation. It does not always feel like a war, because the unity, the light, the beauty is permeating through it to varying degrees at varying times. So sometimes it feels sweet and sometimes it feels miserable. But the nature of the mechanics without the beauty of the self that is animating it is nothing but war. We come into this play holding the possibility to bring peace to the war. The deepest work is what is called my own construct. When my own construct is met all the way through, you cannot find issue anywhere. Yet there is suffering, because so many are asleep. It is not wrong, but it brings forth this unspeakable compassion. For innocence that cannot see itself. Thank you all for satsang.